changing our flag.
Well, right on cue, an instant debate is up and running on the Australian flag. Hands off is the message from West Australian Liberal Senator Dean Smith. He's been talking to Julie Doyle.
Dean Smith, we've heard what John Key thinks about the Union Jack. If New Zealand did make this change, would that leave Australia as something of an oddity, perhaps, in the Pacific region?
I think not. Of course, Australia and New Zealand are great friends, and we will always respect the decision that New Zealand has come to about their own national institutions and symbols. But I think it's important to highlight that in Australia we have quite a different culture, and our affection to our national flag is one that is growing, one that's not in question at all.
Why do you say the affection for the flag is growing? What do you base that on?
Well, I think when we look around the community, we can see just how young people in particular are embracing the national flag. I've always been a very, very strong fan of our national flag, but I'm always impressed and really, really pleased when I see so many young Australians embracing the flag. Already, just recently, we've seen some opinion polls that suggest that young people are embracing our constitutional arrangements in a way that they haven't done before. I think so too. They're also embracing our national flag in a way that they haven't done before. But I think there's also another important point, and that is that as we prepare for the commemoration of the Anzac events, as we prepare for the centenary of the beginning of the First World War, I do think in our own country we need to be careful that we aren't inadvertently disrespectful or unnecessarily provocative to have a discussion about our national flag at a time when we're about to embark on such a significant, important commemorative event.
Is that your main concern here about the timing? Could you see this being a discussion at a later date?
Well, I think it's always healthy in a vibrant democracy like our own to have a discussion, to have a debate. I do think it's important to be sensitive around timing, and I would like to see the focus of our national attention on those events surrounding the Anzac commemoration, surrounding the centenary of the First World War. That's where I would like our national focus and indeed our national passion over the next few years.
Just having a look at what John Key's had to say, he says that the flag, as it is in New Zealand, symbolises a colonial and post-colonial era whose time has passed. Are you saying that that argument doesn't apply here?
It doesn't apply here. What I would say is that in Australia the flag over time has become a unifying symbol. I absolutely appreciate that in the past others in Australia may have had a view similar to the New Zealand Prime Minister. But today and going forward, I'm very, very confident that many Australians would say that their flag is a symbol that unifies them, not separates them.
But there's a lot of Australians now who don't have that heritage, that link to the United Kingdom anymore. Would you acknowledge that our society is changing in that way?
Well, you can look at the heritage from a number of angles. I prefer to look at the heritage through the prism of values. What we know is that when people come to our country, what they embrace is our democratic tradition, our rule of law. Those things, for me, are symbols in our flag, less so that physical or geographical connection to the United Kingdom or that historical connection. I think it's the values that are beholden in our flag are the things that unite Australians new and old.
Dean Smith, we'll leave it there. Thank you very much.
It's a pleasure. Thank you.